welcome back to Organized-ish. My name is Leela, and if you see this blank wall behind me, I used to have a command center there, but it wasn't working out for me. So today I emptied off that wall. I'm going to patch those holes, and I'm going to set up a new command center that's hopefully going to work better for our family. Instead of it being an all-in-one system like I had before, I'm going to piece together a few different types of organizers to do a fully custom command center wall. So if you need an all-in-one hub for your own family to be able to stay organized and keep up with things on the way in and out the door, this project is for you. I just took these little anchors out and now I need to patch the holes because the calendar that I'm putting up is a little smaller than the one I had there. So I'm going to use this 3M. It's like an all-in-one. It's got the little spatula, the sandpaper, and the primer, and it's all in this one little tool. And I'm just going to use this so I can fly through this. After I patched up all the holes, I couldn't really do anything on this wall for a while, and so I decided to take a quick little break and head to Target so I can find some extra organizers for this wall. Let's take a tour around the store together, and I'll show you some of the things that I almost bought and the things that I did buy. That way, if you're planning on doing your own command center, you have some extra ideas so you don't have to do exactly what I did. First things first, I knew I needed some kind of shelf to go under this area to hold like pins for the calendar, and I had originally planned on doing a picture ledge, but they were all either too narrow or too wide. But then I found this glass shelf and it's exactly the size that I need, and it wasn't even what I was planning on doing, but I think it's gonna work out great. Next, I need something to put on the shelf to hold my pens and markers for the calendar, and I know what you're thinking, this is the bathroom section, but there are so many great things in different sections of the store that allow you to hold pens and markers in a really pretty way versus like the standard office organizers. This one matches the shelf hardware and it has a divider in the middle to separate the pens and markers. Next, I need a hook to hang keys, and I immediately went to the command hook aisle because there's so many different options and they're so easy to install and change and rearrange. I like to buy command hooks that hold more weight than I need just to be safe. Here we are in another unexpected section, and this is the kitchen aisle. My husband has a really small wallet, and instead of putting it on the shelf, I wanted to get him a little bowl to put it in, and this one is only $4 and it'll hold it perfectly. I wanted to go ahead and show you what I'm planning on putting up here. So I got this acrylic calendar from Erin Condren, and it is customized with our last name on it, and then the shelf from Target. And this basket actually was in my garage entry, and I'm going to be changing that area soon, so I kind of stole it, and I'm going to put our library books in this. And then this hook here for hanging keys or whatever else. So this is the look I'm going for. It's a lot more streamlined and a little more minimal than what I had before. It was really great, but it was kind of hard to write on and kind of hard to erase. And it really just took up a lot of space and it looked kind of clunky. So I think by adding these clear things instead, it's gonna make that section by the door look a little less full. Okay, you're gonna laugh, but I just realized I don't even have the paint for this wall. So I thought I had another can in the garage. I don't. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start putting things up on the wall. I think that calendar is gonna go in between the two holes so I can touch them up later, but we're just gonna roll with it. from Target. It's clear on both sides, right? Glass. Why is Target and a bunch of numbers and the date imprinted on the shelf? Like, this is not a sticker. I'm gonna have to scratch each individual letter and number off of this. This is dumb. Why did you do this, Target? Well, the nail polish remover worked, but I spilled it and it ruined my island. The thing I'm most excited about this command center is having a place to put our library books that need to be returned. I never had a place for these before, and they would just sit on my fireplace mantle or my kitchen island, and they just kept getting moved around until we had time to take them back. So this hanging basket is the perfect solution. Now that all the main pieces are on the wall, we can start filling the shelf. And I have a little hack for making sure that these items don't get knocked off into the floor if the door bumps it. And that is museum gel. So this is what museums use to make sure that sculptures don't get bumped off of a little pedestal. And you can actually buy this on Amazon and use it in your own home. It comes in either the sticker form or in a jar in just a gel form where you just pull out a little bit. But you just put it on the bottom of the items and it keeps it in place but still allows you to remove it. It's not like a permanent type of adhesive. It's just a gel. It's safe to use here, or I use it in my kitchen drawers to make sure that my drawer dividers don't slide around, and it's just a really good way to keep things in place without damaging anything. As I was filling up this area, I realized it was kind of dark and seemed like it was missing something, so I ordered a light on Amazon, and this is a couple of days later. I was adding it here, but this is just a little touch light. It's battery operated, or you can recharge it from the wall, but it just lights up this whole area so I can see the calendar at night. With it being clear, it is kind of hard to see unless there's really good lighting. One tip I have for you for a command center calendar is to use wet erase markers instead of dry erase, because they're not going to get bumped and they're not going to get smeared. You can take them off, but if you rub your finger on them, they're going to stay in place until you're ready to remove it. I just realized that this section for the library book is also a really good place for me to put returns. If I have something that needs to go back to a store, I can drop it in there too. When it comes to putting together your own command center, my best advice is to really evaluate what you use as a family. You can see all these ideas on Pinterest and Instagram, and they all look so pretty, but if it's not something that you actively need or use, it's not going to work for you, which is what my problem was in the beginning. For example, half of my wall was taken up with mail stuff, and I realized that it didn't have to be on the wall. I added these little baskets here on the island, and I'm able to keep all of our mail supplies in the top basket, and then in the bottom basket it holds the file folders that were in our wall organizer, and we still have all of our mail situated. It's here on the counter and easy to get to, and that frees up space on the wall so it's not so cluttered and we don't have all this mail like sticking out of the files and looking messy. Having your mail hidden like this does require you to check in with it often so you don't forget about bills or anything else. Until you get in the habit of maintaining this basket, it's best to put some kind of reminder in your phone so you get a notification once a week just to go through everything and declutter it. And that is it for our Command Center mini project. Let me know in the comments what kind of command center you have, or if something like this might work for your family. And be sure to subscribe to my channel for more ideas and tips on how to get your own home and life more organized-ish.